Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear viewer. Happy birthday to you. If it's not your birthday, just come back and watch this video whenever you like. So, there you are. That's that sorted out. Don't need to be on Cameo, do I? Solved it. If it is your birthday, you're not special. It wasn't aimed at you. Well, actually, no. What? Well, hang on. Have a great day. Don't let me spoil it. Run the intro. Let's go. Nice to meet ya. What's your name? Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's me, DoctorBenjyFM, AFC Thames episode. Oh, hang on. What episode is it? 111. 111. Wow, that's a lot. If you're enjoying the episodes, remember, drop a like on it. So, these videos are free, so the least you can do is like it. Free for now, until YouTube puts a paywall on everything. And then, I don't know what happens then. No one's thought of a plan. No one's got a backup plan. So then, since we last met, it was the FA Cup game. I'm sure you remember it. It was the game against Everton. And since then, things picked up really well. Recent form has been a little bit all over the place, but generally speaking, things have gone really, really well, apart from the semi-final defeat as well. We'll talk to that soon. Oxford United were beaten, then Preston, Sunderland and Forest Green. 4 wins in the league on the bounce, and boy, did we need them. Back-to-back 0-0s, though, against Millwall and Walsall. Any team with ALL, I always struggle against, it seems to be. And then the EFL Trophy semi-final, I was beaten. I could have faced Chelsea's under-23s and maybe beaten them in the final and got quite a good bit of money, actually, for doing as such. And then recently, games against Colchester and Plymouth with mixed results. So you can see it's been a pretty mixed time. We currently sit 6th in the league table, and there are 8 games to go, 2 of which I'm going to bring you here today. That's right, we play Lincoln City and Crewe Alexandra to see if we can really make a push here for these playoff positions. Right now, we are 6 points clear of Bolton, and today is a big statement moment for us, of course, playing to really avoid the teams that are below us, chasing right now Reading, Colchester, AFC Wimbledon and Bolton themselves, of course, trying to get close to us. The automatic spots seem a little far away, even though there's 2 of them. It doesn't even feel like we're going to snatch the final one, but who knows, win every game from here, you maybe give yourself a chance, but that's a long way off, it feels like. And system-wise, we've changed again, really. We've changed to a 4-2-3-1, a system that's been working, as you've seen, really pretty well for us. A few defeats in there, but the consistency has been there in terms of the formation at the very least. I realised I come into today's game with a left wing injury and not left wingers to play, so always good this series, isn't it? Yeah, Tony Stone out for 2 to 4 weeks with a pulled groin strain. So, does this mean, after all this consistency with the system, that we have to change things around? No, of course it doesn't. We move Oliver Blake. It's the thing we do every single time now. Oliver Blake moves forward. We bring MacArthur in at left back, and that is a problem. I wouldn't say solved. The problem with Blake is, right, he's got really good physicals. The acceleration, the work rate as well, and really, really good. But these other things, they're not really developing quick enough, right? He's a decent winger. He's not a great winger. The problem is, Neblet went back on loan because we weren't playing him. Stone became sort of our first choice player, and we had to mix things around a little bit. Of course, we could play Ollie there. Ollie's not a natural at left wing, but being left-footed with the pace, with the dribbling ability, and of course the finishing ability, there's always that temptation to play him out there. But of course, we've still got to try and weasel our way around. Went very French for a moment there. I don't have any French players. I don't think I've had a French player. We've got to try and get around the loans, of course. You can only have 5 in a matchday squad. Again, this has been a very consistent side for me recently, and that includes Guard, Fleet and Packham, which means Ollie sometimes has been able to feature, sometimes hasn't. Billy Ford has been dropped for Canon, and Joe Russell, a player that I actually really like, again, has had to sort of fall away a little bit and then can't be on the bench for certain games. Although this one, he actually can. He could replace Doherty, who's a new signing for us, with 17 acceleration, 16 agility and 17 finishing. So far, I'm just biding my time with viewers. It's not right now. It's like, there's a film, right? There's always that one character that turns up and he's like, Coach, I really want to play. It's like, don't worry, mate, your time will come. Yeah, but my folks are here, my friends are here, they want to play. You'll get your chance, mate, don't worry. That's Doherty. At some point he'll get his chance. It's just not today. Please, coach, put me in. I can't do it, mate. I can't do it. Below is a man in form. Below is such a weird player, because he's got a quite high average rating, goals-wise, 18 and 20, but he can be, again, a little bit hit and miss. I guess that's just like League One strikers. I like that. You can see he had a really good performance there, 2 goals, and then went on a quiet patch, and is hopefully back to his best again. The XG especially suggesting he should scoring about a goal a game right now. So here we are then. Let's see, can we do it? Lincoln City away. It's a game that we have to win, but I don't know. It's weird, right? We're safe from relegation. I'm not worried about that at all, but I never really know going into these games where we sit. I don't really know how good we are comparable to the rest of the league. And you might say, well, you're the sixth best team, Ben, but I don't know if that's true. It's like a bit of imposter syndrome with this team. I don't know if we deserve to be there or if we're on the bounce of the promotion previously. Again, I've said it before. It's kind of weird. This is too early to be promoted. I'm going to keep saying it. If we are promoted this season, the job we would have to do in the championship next season is like impossible. It feels like our squad right now is still got quite a few players from what feels like the Final Vanarama National days. I need to put someone on that player because the amount of goals I concede from that specific thing is ridiculous. The thing that's weird about it is I've obviously had this tactic now, or this set piece system, for about 4 years. It was never a problem before. It's now a consistent problem. The problem is I'm looking at like the players and where they would play in sort of these defensive roles. It doesn't seem to me anyway like that there would be someone unmarked. It's just we're not picking that player up, and it's a consistent thing where people are finding him. I don't know what's happening. Lincoln took a 1-0 lead, but I'm more frustrated by the fact, look, I mean, move across, lads. It seems obvious to me. You mark him, and the other defender sits in that space there. Sorry, again, viewers, it seems obvious, but clearly not obvious. We've been unbalanced as well. I've been doing quite a lot of mid-game management in the last few games, trying to figure out when we need to go more attacking, when we need to go a little bit more conservative and just sort of keep a hold of the ball. Sometimes it can be very difficult to find and create chances. And again, changing the pacing up of your team is pretty important, as well as changing the lines of where you obviously fix them. So far, though, this is one of those frustrating games, right? We're having a lot of possession. We're not seeing a lot of chances. Our pass completion's very good. We're not really doing too much wrong. But when you're controlling the game like that, generally you can go a little bit more positive. You can probably take a few more risks because, again, you are in control of the game by and large. Good. Paul Ellison, injured. Ollie's going to come on. We know how pacey and dangerous he can be. He's going to play as this inside forward. On an attack duty as well. McKinney, I'm going to drop to be more supportive. Of course, Barras on the bench as well, so he's a player we could bring on if that's not quite working out in about half an hour's time. At half-time, pretty boring. I mean, not really much to speak of at all. What I actually might do, something I never ever do, is play without a ball winner and to play a little bit more creatively, basically. Take Fitzpatrick off, he's on a booking. Barras, make the playmaker. You've got Renatino doing it as well. In fact, those two could just change round and it would still work perfectly. So here we are then. Let's see. Is there going to be a little bit more creativity, a little bit more intricate passing maybe between the midfield? And is there going to be a goal maybe? I'll encourage the boys. We're a goal down as MacArthur finds Barras. I'm worried about Blake. I don't know if Blake is an attacking force, really. As flipping heck, doesn't need to be. McKinney plays the ball into Below, whose strike is absolutely fantastic. Blow me down, viewers. Unbelievable. It's quite a simple move, this really. Goes to Barras on that side. Renatino's in there. Blake's sort of just like lurking around without being involved at all. Below, almost unmarked. It's the finish, though. The strike is fantastic. Well, we like to see that. We love to see that. Now, can we do something again from a deeper position? Guard plays it to Ollie, McKinney, and now it's going to be a case of can we work this ball forward into an attacking position? Below beats his last man. Shot on goal. Oh, my goodness me. Squeezes it under the goalkeeper. 53 minutes gone. There's only 8 minutes gone in the game, and we have turned things around very, very quickly. It hasn't been intricate play. That particular goal was a little bit more direct, but it doesn't matter. Thames 2 will take the lead. I mean, McKinney working it neatly there, it must be said, but then Guard, the ball over the top, left-footed as well. Below, it's all about him, right? The run of him and the goalkeeper, that's pretty questionable. There's going to be a free kick here from a deep position. If we, it's interesting, isn't it? Again, look, he is so is this defensive AI being like tragic? There's 5 of them forward. There's 5 of us. Just stand on him, boys. He's going to play it to him again. I mean, they've cannoned it off the bar. I need to do something about it. I can't figure out. This has never been a problem before, and now this season it's a big problem. Do League One players just have an extra player in forward areas? Like, what's the situation? Ball knocked forward. Oh, he's missed it. There we are. Cool. Fleet just about tidies it up, and now it goes back to Canon, who's ball out this right side. Again, it's got to be patient play from us. I'm looking at the runs of Below, though, and Ollie, I think, is looking at them as well. He looks for the ball over the top. Below, great first touch. Oh, so this time a decent save from the keeper. It was fired straight at him, but you've still got to make the stop, and it's still 2-1. 8 points with 7 to go off those automatic spots. Again, I don't think it's going to happen. You'd need Luton to fall away quite dramatically. You need Oldham then as well to make a mistake here or there. And again, if you win every game, if you put 21 points on the board and you give yourself an overall tally of sort of 87, then you've got every chance, right? But chance of that happening, to me, are pretty slim. Again, mid-game management important here. We're going to have to try and slow things down a little bit. I'm going to demand a little bit more from the lads if they've got it in the locker, and a little bit of time wasting here and there as well. It's going to be a free kick. It's placed at the edge of the box this time, slightly different from Lincoln, who play the ball out to that right-hand side. That shot, oh my goodness me, Canon does really well as the time is ticking away. He's actually offside, that man there. We'll make a change too while we're here. Joel Russell is going to feature, and he's going to come on. Oh, blimey, our back line are playing a little bit iffily here, if iffily is a word. I'm going to bring him on the centre. Rinatino, I think it's time to come away from using the two sort of attacking-minded midfielders and to put someone a little bit more defensively responsible as the time ticks away. Thames, oh no, no, no! I was doing the wrap up for the game, viewers. No! Lincoln 2, Thames 2, Malloy. It's a pretty outrageous strike, but it's 2-2. I was going to be so excited. Obviously, we lose Ellison there as well. It's a 94th minute. It's kind of a bottle job. I felt like we managed it perfectly. These free kicks have done me. Two daft little set pieces. I mean, one unbelievable strike. I mean, that's heartbreaking. That is heartbreaking. Don Bradley, so proud of AFC Thames today. Probably left early. Lincoln are sort of lower mid-table. You can see still 5 points the gap. Again, scraping into the playoffs would be a dream, to be honest. What a result that would be this season. As now, not only is Stone now injured on the left-hand side, Paul Ellison is injured on the right-hand side, and we've got a little bit of a problem. And again, I don't really want to change the system around too much, but the way things are going, we might have to. I mean, playing Ollie on that right side is the obvious move to make. Again, there's 24 goals from him as striker this season. There's 24 goals from below. It's very difficult to know which one to go with on a consistent basis, really, because they're both playing quite well. They offer slightly different things. Below's maybe a little bit more well-rounded than Ollie. Still got the pace, but not quite the dribbling ability and the finishing ability of Ollie. Yeah, we're having to mix and match quite a lot here. All right, quite a while before our next game, 7 days, so I'll see you for it in just a moment. Again, Crewe, away from home, and it's a big one. They all feel big right now. All right, time for a big battle at the top. And as you can see, some of the team here are struggling for fitness. And the key one there is maybe Oliver Blake, actually, who I've just been thinking here about what we could maybe do to freshen this up a little bit and give ourselves a decent chance in those attacking areas and utilise both of the players that play towards the front, right? Ollie and Below have got nearly 50 goals between them, right? There has to be a way that we can get them both into the side. Now, our options are we play with shape in mind, right? So you keep a player out here, play him as a deep lying forward, right? Have him occupy spaces around this area of the pitch, and equally not play him in a position that he's unfamiliar with, right? He's a little bit more familiar with playing as a deep lying forward than he ever would be playing necessarily as a winger, right, on this left hand side. So that's the logic behind that. He'll pick up the ball, hopefully he'll dribble with it. That makes a lot of sense for us. On the other side, then, that means Cooney could come in and play as either the inside forward that we've used quite a few times. He's crossing left less often, he's dribbling a little bit more. And when you look at his attributes, right, he's there really as a striker, sort of a last man poacher type. He's not necessarily someone that's going to cut in, which makes it a little bit difficult because he's not a natural winger. But again, in that position, he's probably one of our best bets. The other option is Dylan. For us, he's a little bit more of a creative player, of course, that we've played centrally before, but I don't necessarily think he's the man right now. Renatino is struggling a little bit, so McKinney drops back, and then we bring Barras in, and I think that support playmaker role that he's played for us quite a few times makes more sense. Shape-wise, we'll take a look at it as we go through the game, really, of whether Ollie does play out on that side, or if he just played a little bit more pushed up with Below. You could play a Trequartista to do a similar thing to this, right? You could also use an advanced forward and just know that he's going to be forward the entire time. But again, that deep lying forward role, hopefully he picks up these spaces. I wonder if there's anything we can do, actually. Staying a little wider probably makes a lot more sense for us, and then we'll just see then how that impacts things as we move forward with today's game. Again, quite a few players here you can see with injuries and a little bit of a problem here, there, and everywhere, really, with injuries to players and tiredness creeping in. But we have got our 5 players there on the bench ready for action. I say 5 players, 5 lone players in the squad for today's game. So let's take a look at it then. Playing Crewe as well, who are one of the better sides. 2 away games back to back for us, so that's a little tricky. And again, Crewe, 5th position in the league table, of course. We're sitting in 6th. Who's going to win this game? Prediction? 2-2 again. We've just done a 2-2. I feel like this could be a draw again. I feel like we are susceptible at the back, but equally I think that we're a tough team to not have score against you, which is a dangerous thing to say in a YouTube video when the score currently is 0-0. So at half-time, we're going to look at the analytical data. We're going to delve in a little bit. And actually, someone told me something recently about Football Manager that I myself have never even seen before and never used before. I think a shout out to Sweet Left Foot, who is a fellow streamer, does some YouTube stuff as well, has been part of Streamer Showdowns, is that, and this might be something that you use all the time, so forgive me if you do, but I never even knew there was a thing, and I don't know how I didn't know it was a thing. If you click analysis there, it shows you, as you can see, the way in which we're playing, right, system-wise, these two players are actually a little bit too close. If you click the cog, you can then apply what the other team were doing onto this one screen here. You can see where they are. They can see where you are. In the comment section, did you know this was a thing? Have you been using it for years? Or have you just gone, that's incredibly useful? Because analytically, you can't look too detailed at things mid-game anymore. You used to be able to do that far more. You can still use like the stats and things like this on these pages, right? You can go and look at AFC Thames stats and be specific to see what you want to see as Crewe go forward and drag a shot wide. But generally, it's a lot more difficult. You have to wait until half-time or full-time to see it in full. Crewe, as you can see then, are playing this 4-3-3 system right now. The game incredibly even. Again, we'll encourage the boys. That always seems to be doing the trick most of the time. They're quite more defensively set, right? You play a defensive midfielder, you play a ball-winning midfielder. The wider players are going to be looking to try and find passes, I suspect, more so than cutting inside and creating chances for themselves, which does play into our hands really because we don't play someone defensively sat a little deeper. Let's take a look then. Analytically, you can see we're on the left-hand side. Ollie's sort of playing pushed up on there. This is the problem we're having right now, though. We're too playmakery, is the phrase I guess I would use. Barras and McKinney are in each other's way, basically. So if we go for, I think we should change it around to this side really. So you have McKinney play it as that sort of Mazzara type, getting into these areas that Ollie maybe isn't quite filling, and then Fitzpatrick on the other side as the ball winner, just sitting a little deeper and allowing Barras that little bit more space to do what he wants to do in the middle of the pitch, and hopefully that will provide a better balance for us moving forward. Again, with just that little trick to go through on the tactics screen, you can kind of see where players are playing, where the spaces are, and we'll just see as the game develops then. So far, we're doing a really good job of picking up yellow cards. Not much else, really, as they've changed things around a little bit. Both sides are playing quite evenly here. My striking pair are not really doing anything, it must be said. Cabbage is going to come on, I think, for below, and I think I'm going to make a brave move. I'm going to play them both up top like this. Play Ollie as a poacher. We're basically overloading on the right-hand side, right? The balance here clearly isn't what it necessarily should be. There's a lot of pressure put on our left back now, but I think MacArthur is the right sort of left back actually to deal with that, as they've got a chance on the right hand side as the ball's played in actually this time. Header on goal, goes just wide. Well, it's nice to see something go down. We're just going to see with 15 minutes to go, we've got ourselves a throw in on the right side again, where our overload tends to be right now, as Cooney gets past his man, does really well actually, pulls it back to Fitzpatrick. He's probably going to have to play a ball across, can't quite find a pass. That's his biggest problem right now, and it's whether he can get it into one of these midfielders. If they could just drop a little bit deeper. Barras makes that move, the shot goes in, and now we're being countered. It's a 3v2, maybe even a 4v2 situation if we can get back quick enough. As McKay sprints past us there. That was a bit horrifying, wasn't it? All right, we're getting a more positive. We're just going to see with the final few minutes to go, is there something we can maybe be doing to find some extra spaces? You can see where the overloads are coming in here, really. We can't find a way through. Seems to be our problem right now. Of course, this is the problem with this. You've got substitutes being on this now. You've got all sorts of players on there. There's highlights going on in the background. 10 minutes to go. I'm just wondering if there's a way through here. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drop Barras further back. McKinney's going to stay out there. Cooney's going to go more attacking, I think. And then Cabbage is going to play straight down the middle of all of this. And Ollie's going to play just off him. Trying to confuse the defenders a little bit, right? Try and isolate the two at the back. Maybe play off the back of Gilchrist, who's their right centre-back. Will it happen? Well, maybe. We've got 5 minutes left to go. Will they counter from this? Will we have one final chance as the ball is headed back in their direction? And now Fitzpatrick picks it up. And the ball to Ollie in those little spaces, those blind spaces. Well, we didn't score, but we did create a chance from it. And again, let's see if it happens again for us. As you can see on that left-hand side, there's a bit of an overload as Barras. We know his passing is extremely good. Let's see how good his crossing is as that tackle goes in. I did wonder if he was going to be sent off. He was already on a booking. There's going to be a throw-in deep in their half, as they're suggesting Russell for Fitzpatrick. And actually, that's the change I am going to do. Guard, back to Cabbage now as he cuts inside. Ball played to the back post and hunted as well to claim. I said 2-2 pre-game. I thought it'd be tight. There's still time. We had heartbreak in the last game late on. I really hope we can avoid heartbreak this time as Ollie picks this up and Cabbage makes a little dart towards the penalty area. Ollie on that side, we know he's got the pace. Has he got the crossing? Ball played in. It's not particularly good. It's headed away and we're not there and they're there first. And Kerr now racing at our back line. We saw how easy they cut through us before. They might just do it again. We've slide tackled it in. We've bottled 2 in a pissing row, viewers. Oh my god, I feel like tactically we got it right. I feel like in both games I've been stung. And this is what it comes down to. This is what's really interesting about this for me. Is that I say we've lost both games. We withdrew the last one, of course. And then that is just, I mean, Canon doesn't really cover himself in glory, but it's not good. Let's be honest with what we're seeing. Yeah, it's interesting. This is sort of what it boils down to. I don't know where I would be unlucky there. Is playing Ollie through the middle and not playing through the middle the mistake. I mean, below again has been in fine form, so it's a weird thing to do. I still don't really know where we stand. And the performance, like I say, it's a pleasing performance. They all sort of are motivated by that. They certainly, whether they agree with it or not, suggests that if they've been motivated by it, they arguably do. Where do we stand in this league? I don't know if we're 6th quality. I think next episode, I don't know how it's going to go down. If it remains really tight that it's looking like, we'll come back. We might even come back at the final 2 games of the season. Again, the playoffs this season is such a weird place for us to be in. We'll leave it as a bit of a mystery. Next episode will be the final 2 games. Where will we be? We'll have to find out. A frustrating couple of games. Crewe have really put themselves amongst it now. And yeah, we're falling away a little bit. But yeah, this was quite interesting, quite good fun. Hopefully you enjoyed the tactical elements to it, even though we didn't get the results right. I still think there was some logic to the things we were doing. And yeah, I'll see you soon. We love with care. Until next time, I'll see you again. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more. We're nearly at 95,000. Tell a friend. Come on, why not? Oh, and before we go, if you're still here, we did a video this morning where we compared FM11 to FM21. If you missed that video, I'll leave a link in the description, or you can find it on my channel. You clever people. See you in a bit. Goodbye.